HD Old Coins 51 reveals the Lincoln penny that could make you rich. Some are selling for over $100,000. Check your change now before you spend a fortune by mistake. Top 1. What if I told you that a tiny 1-cent coin from 1972, a coin you might have passed over 100 times, could be worth as much as a brand new luxury car or even a hefty down payment on a house? Yes, you heard me right. Let's talk about the 1972 Lincoln penny, specifically one from a proof set, one that has collectors and coin hunters across America going absolutely wild. This isn't just your average coin. This is the kind of treasure that could be sitting in an old coin folder, a forgotten jar of change, or, if you're lucky, in the corner of your dad's sock drawer, just waiting to make you thousands. In today's video, I'm about to reveal how one special 1972 Lincoln cent, yes, a simple penny, can be worth a life-changing amount of money. We're talking up to $55,000. So stay with me to the very end, because if you miss even one detail, you could walk right past a fortune. Now let's dive deep into why this coin is flipping the numismatic world upside down. The 1972 Lincoln penny was minted during a time when America was experiencing major social and economic shifts. But nobody knew that something extraordinary had been struck at the U.S. Mint that year. From Philadelphia to Denver, regular cents were made by the millions. But in San Francisco, something special happened. The proof coins, the kind struck with mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details, were minted with extreme precision. But even with this care, a few extraordinary examples stood out. Error coins and ultra-high-grade proof coins that are now worth tens of thousands of dollars. Here's where the real excitement begins. Most Lincoln pennies from 1972 are only worth face value. But not all. Among the proof sets, those special collector's editions minted in San Francisco, there exists a version of the 1972 Lincoln cent that contains a doubling error so powerful, so visually shocking, that collectors are throwing their wallets at it. It's called a 1972 double die obverse, and it's no joke. You can see it with the naked eye. Just look at the word liberty. Check out I in God We Trust and the date 1972. On the rarest versions, these letters appeared doubled, thickened, and almost ghost-like, as if the engraving was stamped twice. This isn't a mint defect, it's a minting mistake, and those are worth serious money. Now combine that rare doubling error with the proof finish from the San Francisco Mint, and you've got something extremely rare. But rarity is only part of the story. What makes this penny so insane is the grade. Coin grading is like school, except in this class, an A+ can mean tens of thousands of dollars. The best of the best gets certified as PR 69 or PR 70, nearly perfect proof coins with pristine surfaces and stunning luster. When a 1972 proof Lincoln cent combines both ultra-high grade and the dramatic doubling, its value shoots through the roof. Collectors go wild for coins in this condition. And in recent high-profile auctions, this very coin, yes, the 1972 proof Lincoln penny with doubling and top grade, has sold for between $35,000 and $55,000. Imagine holding a penny that's worth more than a Tesla, or a family vacation around the world. That's the magic of rare American coins. So what should you do right now? First, check your proof sets, especially if someone in your family collected coins in the 70s. Look for a San Francisco proof set from 1972. Flip open that case and take a close look at the penny. Use a magnifying glass. Focus on the inscriptions. If those letters look like they've been stamped twice, if the date looks almost like it's vibrating, you could be holding a 5-figure treasure. Second, consider having your coin professionally graded. That's the only way to confirm the true market value. But be careful. Don't clean the coin, don't touch it too much, and keep it in its original holder if you have it. This 1972 Lincoln penny is not just another old coin. It's a jackpot in copper. In the world of U.S. coin collecting, certain coins rise to legendary status. And this This humble penny is right up there with the greats. So next time you're thumbing through change or browsing old proof sets, remember, one small cent, just one, could be hiding a secret worth up to $55,000. If you enjoyed this video and want more jaw-dropping coin stories, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and drop a comment if you think you might have one of these rare beauties. You never know, you could be sitting on a fortune and not even realize it. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Top 2. Imagine owning a single penny, worth more than a brand new car. Yes, you heard that right. 1 cent, the iconic American Lincoln penny from 1974, hiding in plain sight, could be your ticket to a small fortune, ranging from $25,000 all the way to $35,000. This isn't just another common coin. This is a treasure that could be resting quietly in your collection, waiting to change your life. Let's talk about one of the most mysterious, most talked about, and most valuable coins in American pocket change history, the 1974 Lincoln penny. But not just any 1974 penny. We're diving into the rare, ultra-valuable coin pulled from a U.S. mint-proof set. And let me tell you, collectors across America are going wild trying to find it. The year 1974 was supposed to be ordinary for the Lincoln cent. Millions were struck for circulation. Most people saw it as just another copper coin with Abraham Lincoln's familiar profile. But behind the scenes at the U.S. Mint, something special was brewing, an experimental move that would turn into one of the most valuable chapters in coin collecting history. During this time, the Mint was experimenting with materials. There was pressure to find a cheaper way to produce pennies due to rising copper prices. That's when the U.S. Mint created a small number of Lincoln pennies made from aluminum and other test metals. But a few incredibly rare variations slipped into actual proof sets. And that's where the story gets juicy. Some proof Lincoln pennies from 1974 look completely normal to the untrained eye. But they're not. Their secret lies in their precise strike, unusual luster, and in a few mysterious details that separate them from the rest. These special proof coins are nearly impossible to find in circulation and only show up in proof sets, those beautiful collector's sets directly from the mint, sealed with care and packed with mirror-like coins. Here's where it gets exciting for coin hunters. A small number of 1974 Lincoln cents from proof sets, particularly those with exceptional quality, flawless surfaces, and perfect preservation, have shocked experts by reaching auction prices that blow away expectations. That's not hype. That's real, record-breaking value. A coin that cost just 1 cent to make, selling for tens of thousands of dollars in the right market. Collectors crave these coins for several reasons. First, their origin from a proof set gives them unmatched detail and finish. Proof coins are struck using specially polished dies and blanks, resulting in razor-sharp details and a mirror-like shine. Combine that with rarity, a possible composition twist, and near-perfect condition, and you've got a holy grail of Lincoln pennies. But there's a catch. You can't spot these with just your eyes. Experts recommend using high-powered magnification and checking coins for grading. The finest examples are often certified by professional services like PCGS or NGC, with grades like PR69 Deep Cameo or PR70, a virtually flawless piece. Those grades are what push these coins into the thousands, and sometimes beyond. Now let's talk about the most important part, the money. How much is a 1974 Lincoln penny from a proof set worth if it's the right one? Are you sitting down? Because the best examples of this coin, real proof 1974 Lincoln cents with top-grade surfaces, deep cameo contrast, and maximum eye appeal, have stunned the collecting world by reaching values of $25,000 to $35,000. Yes, a single penny, if it's the right one from the right set, in perfect proof condition, can sell for the price of a luxury vehicle, a down payment on a house, or an entire year of college tuition. That's why collectors, dealers, and treasure hunters across the United States are flipping through proof sets, old collections, and forgotten drawers, hoping to strike gold and copper. The demand is soaring. Coin dealers and auction houses know exactly how rare these coins are. and bidding wars break out every time a top specimen hits the market. With so few in existence and condition being everything, the value continues to rise year after year. So if you're sitting on a 1974 proof set, don't overlook that humble penny. It could be your golden ticket. Get it graded, get it verified, and you might be holding on to a piece of American history that collectors will pay up to $35,000 to own. Keep looking, keep collecting, because the next legendary Lincoln penny might just be in your hands. Top 3. Have you ever thought that a simple penny could be hiding a fortune? Yes, we're talking about a copper coin, tiny, light, and often ignored, but if you're holding the right one, it could be worth more than a brand new car, even more than your dream vacation. Today, we're diving deep into the shocking truth about the 1975 Lincoln penny from the U.S. proof set, a coin that's turning heads, setting records, and breaking wallets with prices reaching up to $38,000. You heard that right. 1 cent. Worth tens of thousands. This is not your ordinary pocket change. Let's unlock the mystery behind this ultra-rare, sizzling hot collector's dream, the 1975 Lincoln penny from the United States proof set. Now first, let's talk basics, but these basics are anything but boring. In 1975, the U.S. Mint in San Francisco struck millions of proof coins for collectors. These are not coins meant for circulation. Oh no. These are coins made with mirror-like fields, razor-sharp details, and high-polished perfection. And the Lincoln penny? It's the crown jewel of the year's proof set. But here's the twist. Among these proof coins, a tiny number stand out. A micro percentage. A rare class. These are the flawless, untouched, deep cameo coins, the absolute best of the best. They were struck with early dyes, crisp and clean, and have that magical coin luster that sends collectors into a frenzy. And when one of those rare 1975 Lincoln proof pennies hits the auction block, people go crazy. Why? Because of the perfect storm: demand, condition, scarcity, and greed. Now, why is this coin so special? Why would anyone pay tens of thousands of dollars for a 1-cent piece? Let me break it down for you. This coin comes from the San Francisco Mint, which was known for crafting the sharpest, most refined proof coins in the mid-70s. But not all 1975 Lincoln pennies are created equal. Only a few were struck under ideal conditions, stored correctly, preserved flawlessly, and kept in original proof sets without damage or haze. That's where the jackpot lies. We're talking coins graded PR70 deep cameo. These are museum-grade beauties. Perfect coins with no visible flaws, ultra-deep mirror contrast, and absolutely immaculate design definition. The ones that collectors dream about. And when such a coin shows up, the prices don't just rise, they explode. Collectors and investors start bidding wars. Coin dealers fight tooth and nail. Auctions light up with crazy numbers. And that humble penny? It transforms into a treasure. Now here's where it gets really exciting. In top condition, certified, slabbed, and graded by the best, this 1975 Lincoln proof penny is sold for outrageous sums. We're not talking about pocket change anymore. We're talking about $28,000. We're talking about $34,000. We're talking about up to a jaw-dropping $38,000 paid for a single, flawless 1975 Lincoln proof penny. And yes, it's real. The coin exists. The sales are documented. The money was wired. Let that sink in. 1 penny from a 1975 proof set sold for as much as a luxury vehicle, a down payment on a house, or a full year of college tuition. And the best part? These coins are out there. In old proof sets. In forgotten drawers. Sitting inside dusty boxes from estate sales. You could find one at a flea market. You could own one right now and not even know it. The lesson? Check your proof sets. Examine every 1975 Lincoln penny you find. Look for mirror-like finishes, deep frosted designs, perfect surfaces. And if you think you've found one in pristine shape, don't wait. Get it graded. Because that tiny copper coin might just be your golden ticket. 1 cent turned into $38,000. That's the power of knowing what you've got. That's the thrill of coin collecting. And that is the legend of the 1975 Lincoln Proof penny from the U.S. Mint. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want more stories of rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable finds that could be sitting in your home right now. Because the next big payday might just be in your coin jar. Do you have the next $38,000 penny? Search, find, collect, cash in. Top 4. Have you ever thought a single penny could change your life? What if I told you that hidden in old collections, pocket change, or dusty drawers across America, there's a tiny copper coin that collectors are chasing with open wallets and wild offers? Yes, we're talking about the 1977 American Lincoln penny, and if yours came from a proof set, you're in for a jaw-dropping surprise. In this video, we're unlocking the mystery of one of the most shocking hidden treasures in the U.S. coin world. A penny that looks so common, yet its value has collectors competing and prices climbing fast. So don't blink. That shiny little 1-cent coin might just be worth a small fortune. Now let's get into the heart of it. Back in 1977, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies for general circulation, but a much smaller number were struck for special collectors. These weren't just any coins, they were proof coins. Made with extra care, polished dies, and specially treated blanks, these proof coins are absolutely stunning. The shine, the mirror-like background, the sharpness in Lincoln's portrait, it's all on another level. But here's the twist. Some of these 1977 proof Lincoln pennies ended up with incredibly rare features. We're talking about ultra-deep cameo contrast, flawless surfaces, and microscopic perfection that grading companies like PCGS and NGC drool over. In fact, only a handful of 1977 proof pennies have ever achieved a perfect or near-perfect grade, and those few are what collectors are willing to pay thousands, yes, thousands for. And it gets crazier. Let's talk about rarity. While millions of pennies flood out every year, proof coins are in a completely different class. These aren't meant to be spent. They're made for collectors, for presentation, for pride. That's why if your 1977 penny came from an official U.S. Mint proof set, and you've kept it in mint condition, it could be an absolute gold mine. What should you look for? First, flip the coin under a good light. You want to see that mirror finish. The background should be glassy, while Lincoln and the lettering should pop out in frosty contrast. Second, check for flaws, spots, scratches, or blemishes will drop the value. But a perfect example? That's the holy grail. Finally, the grade. If your coin has been graded PR 69 or, even rarer, PR 70 by a top-tier grading company, you are sitting on a piece of American numismatic history. But we're not just here to admire the coin. We're here for the value. So how much could your 1977 proof Lincoln penny actually be worth? Ready for the jaw drop? Collectors have paid between $26,000 and $34,000 for a single 1977 proof penny in top condition. Yes, you heard that right. One little cent worth more than a brand new car. More than some people's yearly salary. So if you've got a 1977 Lincoln penny from a proof set, don't ignore it. Don't spend it. Don't even touch it without gloves. Get it graded. Get it appraised. Because that little copper coin might just be your lucky ticket to a life-changing payday. Still think pennies are just pocket change? Search your collections, search your proof sets, and who knows? You might be holding the most valuable penny in your entire state. Top 5. You're not going to believe this, but sitting quietly in a collection somewhere, or maybe even hiding in plain sight, is a tiny copper coin that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Yes, we're talking about the 1979 Lincoln penny. Not just any penny, though. This is the ultra-rare, jaw-dropping, eye-watering kind that makes collectors lose sleep. The kind of coin that has turned pocket change into luxury car money. And it's not just a myth, it's real, and it's selling for staggering amounts. Now before you toss your piggy bank all over the floor, hear this. It's the 1979 Lincoln penny from the proof set that's making all the noise. We're not talking about your average circulated penny you find on sidewalks or jammed between car seats. This is a proof coin, carefully struck at the San Francisco Mint with mirror-like perfection and razor-sharp details. The type of coin made not for spending, but for showcasing. The kind of coin that was never meant to be touched without gloves. But here's where it gets spicy. Some of these 1979 proof Lincoln pennies come with a very specific and highly desirable feature, a clear S-mint mark, also known as Type 2. This rare variety was produced with a sharper, more refined S than the blobby, indistinct one seen on the more common Type 1. That tiny difference? It's the golden ticket. That one small detail is what transforms a beautiful coin into a coin worth more than your entire garage. We're not just talking about collector's curiosity anymore. We're talking investment-grade numismatics. Coins like this have sold at major auctions, not for hundreds, not for thousands, but for tens of thousands of dollars. These 1979 S-Type 2 proof Lincoln pennies, when found in flawless condition, graded PR70 deep cameo by the top grading companies, have fetched between $30,000 and an astonishing $41,000. You heard that right. A single penny, just 1 cent, now worth up to $41,000 in the right condition. That's more than most people's yearly salaries. That's money that changes lives. That's why this coin is a holy grail for Lincoln penny collectors and why the 1979 proof set is one of the most hunted in the U.S. market today. If you have a 1979 proof set tucked away somewhere, now's the time to take a closer look. Get out the magnifying glass. Look at that mint mark. If it's the crisp, clean, sharply defined S, congratulations. You might just be sitting on a small fortune. Coin shops, auction houses, and collectors are actively searching for this rare gem. And they're willing to pay top dollar for the real deal. Want to know what's even crazier? Some of these coins sat unnoticed for decades. People didn't even realize they were holding a treasure. They were stashed in drawers, sitting quietly in envelopes, collecting dust in forgotten safety deposit boxes. And then boom, one day, someone gets it graded, and suddenly that little copper coin is worth as much as a brand new Tesla or a college education. So, don't underestimate the power of the penny, especially not the 1979 S-Type 2 proof penny. Because if you've got one of these beauties in perfect condition, you could be looking at a coin worth $30,000 or even $41,000.